We're here for the launch of the Panasonic G9 II, 5 years on from the original G9, and we've had a very brief orientation from Panasonic about the features of the new camera. Andy, you can just run us through those.
Yes, so the G9 II can more or less be seen as a micro four thirds version of the Panasonic S5 II. It's got a very similar body, but what we've got inside instead is the smaller 4/3 sensor. And this is 25 megapixel resolution, similar to that in the GH6. We've got a load of other little updates as well. It's got phase detection autofocus for the first time in a Panasonic Micro Four Thirds camera. It's got updated subject recognition, so Panasonic says it's better at recognizing humans and animals, and it also now does motorcycles and cars, does vehicles. And it's got Bolstered video capability as well, pretty good stuff there. It can do 5.7K at 60 frames per second, and it can do 4K at 120 frames per second.
Okay, so we're here in a safari park and we had a brief tour around the safari park. How did you find the animal AF in practice?
Well, I thought it was pretty good actually. We had animals of all shapes and sizes, and it picked them out really. I mean, it picked a very long, tall, thin square for the giraffes, which is pretty impressive. And it was finding the eyes of the animals at long distance. So I've been shooting with the Panasonic Leica 100 to 400 millimeter lens. That's 800 millimeter equivalent, and it's working really nicely with that.
Okay. What do you think your favourite so far new features or functions of the camera?
Well, I think there's a revised body design which makes it very common with the S5 II, which is nice few tweaks. It feels nicer in my hand certainly, and this new autofocus system is working really well.
So who do you think this camera is going to appeal to?
Well, I think to anyone who's currently using a Micro Four Thirds camera, particularly a Panasonic G9, maybe an older GH model, this will be just the perfect upgrade. They've held barely anything back in terms of video features, so it's a really good hybrid camera. And that means it will also really appeal to any kind of creator who just wants a small, light camera system, because the great advantage of Micro Four Thirds is that you just get smaller and lighter lenses.
So what are the other physical changes on the camera?
So we've got a new arrangement of ports. Again, this matches the S5 II, so we've got full-size HDMI, which is a really nice thing for anybody who's ever plugged in a recorder, because micro HDMI just falls out all the time. We have a new battery for the G9 series, or well, it's the same battery as the S5 II. So again, that will appeal to people who are using both systems. And we've got dual card slots, so 2 SD cards. That's really nice, you don't have to buy expensive CF Express. So it's just lots of little tweaks, lots of little updates, and just a generally very nice iteration showing Micro Four Thirds isn't dead.
That's great. Okay, well, we're going to look forward to getting a review sample to give it a full test. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, comment below this video, and stay tuned for the full review when it comes, and also check us out on amateurphotographer.com.